You're watching Business Nigeria. From the days of the West African Airways Corporation to the present drive for a national carrier, aviation has played a central role in Nigeria's journey of growth, connectivity, and modernization. Today, Nigeria boasts over 30 airports, including 5 international gateways in Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, Kano, and Enugu. The last 2 decades have seen major upgrades, such as the new international terminals in Abuja and Lagos, private airline expansion, and improved regulatory oversight by the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority. Despite challenges, Nigeria remains West Africa's largest aviation market with over 16 million passengers annually and a growing interest from international carriers. 65 years after independence, Nigeria's aviation sector stands at a crossroads. The question remains, can the industry overcome its challenges to soar as a true continental leader? Well, I have with me an aviation analyst, Mr. Wole Shadari. Thank you so much for joining us at this point.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Well, first of all, I'll say I love your outfit. So when I'm done, I should come to your office and just pick everything at once.
Thank you for the kind.
All right, so let's hit the nail on the head at this time. Now, since independence, Nigeria has seen significant highs and lows in aviation, from the national carrier dominance that's talking about Nigeria Airways to a proliferation of private airlines, with many failing. What is your view? What, in your view, are the key historical policy decisions that either accelerated growth or caused decline in the aviation sector?
Thank you very much. I'm excited that we're discussing this now. Nigeria was 65 years 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And the aviation industry is going to be 100 in November this year, when the first flight took off from Kano in 1925. And I think it's the best time to look at the industry, where we were before and where we are now. The issue is this. Are we where we're supposed to be? The answer is no. Have we done so well in the aviation industry in the last couple of years? I'd say the answer is yes. Yes, we have a lot of work to do to get the type of aviation industry forward. Yes, analyzing the aviation industry in the last 65 years, in the last 100, it shows that more needs to be done in terms of regulatory oversight, in terms of airline business, in terms of investment in the aviation industry. And we are seeing quite a lot of investment now in the aviation industry compared to what we had in the last 4 to 8 years. We see a lot of people, because the environment is becoming more conducive for people to invest their money, unlike what we had before, where people were very, very skeptical of investing in the aviation industry. The policy the president has put in place and the guarantee that people will get back their money ready. So we are beginning to see that play out. We are beginning to see confidence in the aviation industry, even though I believe we still have a long way to get to the type of aviation industry we want. We look at the reforms in the last few years. In the last 2 years, we see what the Minister of Aviation has been able to do. And it has brought us to a respectable place in the Committee of Nations compared to what we were doing before. But if you ask me, we shouldn't sleep on our laurels. We shouldn't sleep on our laurels. We need to take it up. We are beginning to see Nigerian Airlines getting removed from the blacklist of the results. We are beginning to see a lot of interest from the results who are willing and ready to lease aircraft to Nigeria on dry lease basis compared to the wet lease basis. We are beginning to see reforms in the aviation industry, regulatory reforms in the aviation industry. Kudos to the NCAA for some of the things they have been able to do. And that has also shown, there was a report 2 days ago by the International Air Transport Association, which really commended the effort the Nigerian government has put into the aviation industry. In the last 2 years, we are all aware of the things that happened when airlines were paid a lot of money, up to over $800 million. And immediately the government came in, the government was able to offset this. So the international bodies are very, very excited with some of the reforms that we are taking. But we shouldn't stop at that. We should look at how this thing will benefit the economy, will benefit the people, the investors. I'm going to read a report released by the International Air Transport Association. This says that Nigeria, that Europe is the largest international market for passengers flows from Nigeria. It also talks about how what we have been able to do, that the aviation industry contributed 2.5 billion in the last 2 years, $2.5 billion to the GDP of Nigeria, which is remarkable. But it's small, but it's remarkable compared to what we had in the past. It also talked about how aviation has, how tourism also contributes in 2023, contributed $454.1 million to nation GDP and employs 66,600 people. We're also looking at the cargo things, which has increased the 195,700 tons of cargo was transported through Nigeria Airways in 2023. These are the numbers that you want to look at. They make you very excited that it's making a very giant stride in the aviation industry. That is not to say that we do not have our challenges in terms of infrastructure, in terms of harmonizing some of the policies we have in the aviation industry. We also look at what the efforts of Nigeria to do in the last 2 years. The ND of FAN, Mrs. Olumide, has really done fantastically well. I think she's a woman for the job. If you look at the trajectory, how we've been able to do things in the last 2 years, those things are really changed in the past. Again, we look at the international trying to determine what they're also trying to. The enormous amount of money that we are investing into 721 billion naira, which a lot of people said it is too much. And I look at them and ask the question, that is even well managed compared to most airport terminals that are built all over the world. If you look at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, it's a startup for 50 years and it needs urgent replacement if we're going to develop the aviation industry in Nigeria. If you look at the Lagos Airport is our #1 airport. So it is the face of Nigeria. So anybody coming into the country, the airport serves as the reference and the first contact for visitors coming into your country. So what they are going to do in the next 15 months, we're going to see a brand new international airport terminal. I've seen
the prototype.
Architectural prototype. Yes, I've seen the prototype. And if we're able to do that, I think that would be a game changer in the social industry. We have also seen the airline doing very, very well in terms of opening models. We've seen airlines like Airlines, doing really well in terms of opening models, competing with some of the international airlines. We have also seen that also other domestic airlines also expanding their operations like ValueJet, Airborne Air, Cardi Air. Most of them are doing well because the environment is becoming more conducive for airline business. Even though I also agree that some of the challenges are still there, but like they say, the government is not doing it in a day. We need to take it gradually and make sure that we do not stop what we're doing.
All right.
If we're able to do this, I believe with this type of momentum that we are following, I think in the next year, 10 years, it's going to be a different story.
Okay, so I will deviate quite a bit from my line of questioning to, you just mentioned something about private carriers who are doing exceptionally well, and you mentioned Airpeace, but there have been talks from different quarters, especially grapevines, that Airpeace, people are pushing that Airpeace should be spoken with so they can make that airline the national carrier, since we do not have a national carrier. Do you support that mindset?
No, I will support that. Ethics can never. Now, for now, I look at the nearest future being the national carrier, except it's going to do one or two things. Take it to the market, sell the shares to Nigeria, let Nigerians have shares in the airline. It cannot be the national carrier in Nigeria. It's the flag carrier. It's carrying the flag of Nigeria. So I think that should be enough, and that should be enough for the airline to do whatever it needs to do. A national carrier has a lot of things in it that represent the ownership. We also talk about the ownership structure. We also talk about Airpeace is a family business, so there's no way it can be made a national carrier. All the people that are mulling that type or trying to put up a media pressure that it should be national carrier. It doesn't have anything that makes it national in you. It's a private carrier. Ethics does not even need to be a national carrier before we can be able to do the things.
But a lot of experts have said we need a national carrier, and since Nigeria Airways is no more, and since the government has we've not been able to do one because of possibly cost and all of that, why don't we adopt another one to become the national carrier?
We can't adopt. You see, setting up a national carrier is not rocket science. It's just that the way we behave in this part of the world makes simple things to be very difficult. We've seen Rwanda set up a national airline within a space of less than 5 years. We've seen even Air Tanzania has been there since 1979. It has been revived. What is happening now is that most vulnerable national carriers are beginning to be revived by their government. If a national carrier is not important, these countries in Africa, the government will not begin to say, let us revive it, because they know that a national carrier is the symbol of the people, the symbol of the country. It carries the flag of the country. Anywhere you see your airline, anywhere you work, you are so excited because it represents you. The one we tried to set up, we had 3 experiments that we've done since Virgin Nigeria, which was a very well set up. But the corruption of people in government at that particular time did not allow that airline to succeed. And that infuriated one of the shareholders, Sir Richard Branson, and made him to remove his shares from the airline and the airline plan, because government officials were always allegedly demanding from it. So Richard Branson got fed and yet. So we've had another one. The last one we had was Virgin Air Nigeria. Air Nigeria was a good project. I keep telling people that it was not totally a bad concept, but the way it was said to have been handled was what led to the collapse of the airline even before it took off. Again, the airline operators were against the airline. It was a lot of people, there were so many interests in that area. If you said the former minister was a thief and he wanted or wanted to deport Nigeria, I told people that yes, the minister is no more there. He should have redrafted the agreement with Ethiopian Airlines and have a national carrier and remove his hand from the cookie jar. You don't throw the baby into the bathwater. It is not possible. But what we did, we don't like some, we don't like the system. We jettison that system and begin to look at another thing. Yes, the present administration is not interested in national carrier because the minister, one of his agenda, one of his 5-point agenda is to promote and to support the domestic airline. And I'm very, very excited that he equally said when it came to Lagos that Nigerian Airlines do not have the capacity to compete with foreign people. Aside Air Peace, airlines are competing, but we must commend the effort of airlines, at least trying to take, even if it's 1% of the market foreign airline. So we need a national carrier. I'm one of those who are one of the people who are very interested that we should set up a national carrier. Having a national carrier does not stop private airline coming into the system. British Airways was formerly is a national carrier in no sense of it until it was privatized. But the British government owns a percentage, which gives it immunity from any interference from any government anywhere in the world. So immediately you see British Airways, it gives you a sense of belonging that this is my airline, this is my yes, this is a product created by my country, even though it has been privatized, but it still remains the national airline. A lot of British people see it as their own. That is what I want for Nigeria. That is what I want us to do. I know the Minister of Aviation, Festus Keyami, is not interested. In fact, he says government policy is not looking towards that direction. But I'm very sure that with time, what we are running away from, we are going to have it eventually. I don't know, it may be in the next 10 years, it may be in the next 20 years. But we cannot run away from our shadow. Supporting, I have started so much because of how he has been able to carry on the aviation industry. He surprised me when he came in and said, what is a lawyer coming to do in the aviation industry? But I tell you, and I maintain it, and I'm ready to say it anyway, that this very minister is one of the best ministers that I've ever seen. I've seen in the aviation industry. I hope he continues that way.
All right, so we're actually out of time, but in about a minute or less, tell us how transparent is the reporting in Nigeria aviation sector is. How transparent? Tell us how transparent is reporting that's coming to our own constituency now. How transparent is reportage of Nigeria's aviation sector?
I'll tell you, the aviation journalists are some of the best in the world. In fact, when I go to international conferences, even all the big airlines, all the big agencies in aviation all over the world commend how we have been able to professionally, how we have been able to do our job. Aviation industry reporting in Nigeria is one of the most vibrant in the world. I can tell you that. And they've carried themselves with dignity, we've carried ourselves with so much pride, and we've carried ourselves with so much knowledge that we've known in the industry. I tell you, if you pick up an aviation journalist that has covered this gig for close to 10 years, 15 years, or 20 years, like me, they qualify to hold any position in aviation in Nigeria. I tell you that. They even know being images better than some of the people in the affairs of the aviation administration in Nigeria. so we've done well. I'm really proud of my colleagues.
All right, thank you so much for talking to us and giving us your insights on the discussion today, Mr. Wale Shadare, Mr. An aviation analyst. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you for having me.
Well, it's now time to review trading activities at the Nigerian Exchange Limited.